not supposed to go in your mouth, right? So these black plastics have very high levels of carcinogens that are normally not even found in regular plastics that we're, in things that we're consuming. And there was a study out of the University of Plymouth that found black utensils, black toys for babies, they're putting in their mouth. They contain between 30 to 40 times the safe limit of these brominated flame retardants and other carcinogens and endocrine disruptors in them than safe. So that's another sort of, and think about it. If you're buying like a rotisserie chicken or like you get a to-go pho or whatever soup and it's in like a black container, you got the heat. That's the added factor on top of that, right? So that's another major source.
What about dermal stuff?
Yes. So again, we mentioned the phthalates, right, which are in personal hygiene products. And that's something I do want to mention because you might think, oh, I'm looking at the ingredient list and there's no phthalate on there. But there's two different chemicals that are very, very sneaky because they mean there's phthalates. And they're in a lot of personal hygiene products. One is fragrance. If the word fragrance is in the ingredients list, that means there's phthalates. And parfum. Not perfume, but parfum. That is another chemical that means there's phthalates. So you really want to look for phthalate-free personal hygiene products. Again, very important, especially for people that are considering conceiving, because those are the chemicals that are associated with the sexual, disrupting sexual development in boys. And then the other one is receipts. And this is a really big one because maybe not for you and I, right? Receipts they're thermal paper. And so essentially they're coated with BPA because there's a thermal reaction that happens when heat is applied to the BPA. It prints text on the receipt without actual ink. So that's how it works. And if you ever see like a white coating on the receipt, like that's BPA. So the BPA in like plastics, at least it's kind of contained in a plastic matrix. Like this is just...
It's purposefully liberated. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like free for all on the receipt. And so there's studies looking at people that handle a lot of receipts. Like when I was in the airport,
stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was in the airport on coming here, and the guy that was like handling the receipt, he's like, "Do you want the receipt?" I'm like, "No," and I saw him take it out and put it in the trash. And like I thought about, there's this huge line of people.
You're doing that 500 times a day.
Exactly. And I looked at the guy and I was like, "Hey, dude, I just want to tell you that these receipts are lined with endocrine disruptors that disrupt hormones." And he goes, "You mean?"
Wish somebody had recorded this. Oh my God. This lady who's going through the airport. I met this lady earlier on today and she started ranting and raving about the receipts. She said it's sort of covered in this magic dust that's killing me or something. Like that.
I couldn't help myself. I felt like I couldn't not say something, right? And he looks at me and goes, "You mean like testosterone?" I was like, "Yes, testosterone. It's been correlated with a decrease in testosterone." I was like, "You need to wear nitrile gloves." So bottom line is BPA, it's lined on the receipts. Nitrile gloves can stop people from absorbing it. So people that are like, basically any kind of cashier, anyone that's handling a receipt multiple times a day, highly recommend they wear nitrile gloves. Latex doesn't do that. Also, if you wear cream or hand sanitizer, it's been shown to increase the dermal absorption of BPA by 100-fold.
Fuck off. So people are like, I don't want to get
germs.
My hands on the...
I don't want to get COVID or whatever, right? How many...
100x.
100x absorption. Think about how many times these... I've seen them do it, and then they touch the receipt. So I think this is like something that's not really talked about. And here I am worried about my like one-time exposures.